Love's labor jeopardized.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
A raid across the Romulan neutral zone has placed Starfleet Research Station ARC-7 in jeopardy. Proceed immediately to ARC-7 and determine the status of the station. Good luck, Jim.
Federation agents report that the new Romulan cloaking device not only renders their ships invisible, they also won't show up on our sensors.
Welcome back to episode 3 here. Before we head out here, I want to just run some computer entries for some backstory. ARC-7.
ARC-7, a highly sophisticated archaeology project looking into the origins of life in the universe. The project is being led by Dr. Carol Marcus, who, along with a crew of 17 members, is dedicated to unlocking the mystery of life. Further information is classified.
Carol Marcus, huh?
Marcus, Carol, the current chief of research on Station ARC-7. Carol Marcus is an expert in molecular biology, bioprotein development, cell mutation science, and radiation science. Dr. Marcus has been offered many posts in the Federation, but refuses to be involved in any project which may have a direct military application.
For those of you who aren't aware or don't remember, Dr. Carol Marcus was in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Let's see here. Just for good measure, we'll take a look at the Romulans.
Romulans, a race descended from Vulcan stock, but one that did not reject aggression as the Vulcans did. On a sensor, the two races appear very similar. Their individuals are known for being more passionate and emotional than their Vulcan counterparts. They currently use ships of Klingon design, suggesting to some the Klingons are maintaining them as a client state to antagonize the Federation in a move that circumvents the Organian peace treaty.
Interesting. Alright, so we better head to ARC-7 here.
Raising shield.
Arming weapons.
I'll get ready before I go, though. Let's see, ARC-7 is this one here.
We have arrived at ARC-7. Romulan ship decloaking, Captain.
How did I know that was going to happen?
Message from the Romulan ship, sir.
Treachery. We are aware of Federation plans. Prepare to die.
They're arming weapons, Captain. They activated a self-destruct device rather than be captured, Captain.
Well, that combat went a lot easier than I expected. It's a good thing I could see them while cloaked.
Resuming course to ARC-7, Captain.
Didn't even fire off a plasma torpedo.
Captain, there is an auto-beacon broadcasting from the station.
Warning, warning. As per UFP Regulation 342-188564.3, Paragraph 3, this base is currently under a Class 3 biohazard alert. All personnel are ordered to stay away from this base unless they are part of a biohazard response team.
Doesn't sound good.
Disarming weapons.
Lowering shields, Captain.
Captain, sensors indicate a breathable atmosphere in the space station. It seems that whatever ARC-7's intentions, it managed to create a biohazard that is deadly to Romulans. 17 humans and 10 Romulans are on the station. The humans are all in perfect health, so it seems we can beam over without any fear of contamination.
At least there's no humans hurt.
Message from ARC-7, sir.
I am Centurion Ardea Preax of the Romulan Empire. We have discovered your genocide factory here and have summoned help to destroy it. Our lives will not be sacrificed in vain.
I think we better head over there.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the car.
Dr. Marcus Log. Supplemental. Continued testing of the Ouroboros virus confirms its potential harmful effects on Romulan Vulcan humanoids. As soon as the spill has been cleaned up, we will sterilize both labs and purge the circulation system to make sure no traces of the virus will remain viable. Then all research files must be erased. We must leave no chance that this terrible accident will ever be repeated.
Well, I think that's bad news for Spock.
Doctor, you may be interested in the medical data file appended to the log.
Now that's interesting. There's more here. All of Dr. Marcus' research data on the Ouroboros virus. Let me see. Virus growth patterns. Pneumococcal mimic affecting Romulo-Vulcan genotype. Alveoli involvement in... Boy, Jim, this bug works fast.
Is this really the time to catch up on your reading, Doctor?
Now listen here, you pointy-eared...
Gentlemen, I think we have more pressing problems.
Jim, there is an appended medical database online. Also, it would be useful for me to experiment on how the virus grows in the presence of different gases. I'm sure the station has the necessary equipment.
Please select subject file, Ouroboros virus, Ouroboros virus. Atypical growth patterns for L-type virus. Opportunistic pneumococcal mimic affecting Romulo-Vulcan genotype. Etiology, contact or airborne vector with alveoli microcollapse. Involvement immediately upon exposure. Tissue dehydration follows pneumal flooding. Mortality, 0.6 in 1.0 stardates. 1.0 within 2.0 stardates treatment, none. Named for the mythic world snake that swallows its own tail. Please select subject file, Ouroboros TLTDH gas. TLTDH gas. The chemical compound, tantalum, bilithium, phthalo, dihydroxide, colorless, odorless, non-flammable, gaseous at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm. Early anesthetic among Vulcans and Romulans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria, sometimes leading to unconsciousness. In post-industrial pre-space flight era, a social problem evolved when crude TLTDH became popular to cook up from non-conductive tantolithial compounds commonly used as electrical insulation. Please select subject file.
Interesting.
Ouroboros virus, TL nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide, a colorless non-flammable compound, N2O, gaseous at 1 atm, and temperatures within a human norm. Early anesthetic among humans, in whom it produces laughter, feelings of exhilaration, euphoria, sometimes leading to unconsciousness. Please select subject file, Ouroboros TL nitrous ammonia. Ammonia, a colorless pungent compound, NH3, a common byproduct of metabolism in carbon-based life forms. Liquid or gaseous at 1 atm. Compounds widely used in agricultural, medical, and industrial applications. Please select subject file, Ouroboros TL nitrous ammonia dihydrogen oxide. Dihydrogen oxide, a colorless, tasteless, non-flammable compound, H2O. Water, liquid, solid, or gaseous at 1 atm. Temperature scales defined in most humanoid cultures by state shift of pure water. Please select subject file, Ouroboros TL nitrous ammonia dihydrogen exit database.
Nice view of the Romulan ship. How comforting.
Nothing unusual here, Captain, though the station's computer may be able to tell us something.
I think we've got everything we can get from the computer, Spock.
This is a very dangerous situation, sir. We should proceed with caution.
Really? Hadn't considered it.
Strange that the bridge is empty. Stay sharp, everyone. The station's computer system might give us some answers.
Let's see here. What do we have in this closet? Ooh, an anti-grav unit.
You take the anti-grav unit.
What have we got?
An RDAC 1000. The last word in molecular replication, one of the most advanced pieces of scientific equipment ever constructed.
It would take us several hours to get this machine working, Captain. I do not believe we will need it. The synthesis chamber should be able to give us what we need.
This is the door to the synthesis chamber.
In principle, Captain, this device is quite simple. When this chamber is empty and gas tanks are attached, it will combine the gases to make new compounds. If chemicals are placed in the chamber, the machine will combine them with the gases to create new materials.
Next, he'll tell us the DNA molecule is simple.
Compared to many molecular models, it is, Doctor.
I rest my case. Go bother Spock. This is the kind of place he likes.
This is an outstanding facility, Captain.
This room is very defensible, Captain. If things get nasty, we may want to retreat to here.
Can we use it?
Nothing happens.
Guess not.
A gas tank marked H2.
Yes.
You look but see nothing of note.
Anyways, the gas tanks are turned off, so we need to fix that. Let's go out here. Let's see. Freezer unit.
You take the Ouroboros virus culture.
We'll need one of those if we're to make a cure.
Jim, this lab is incredible. What I wouldn't give to have some of this equipment on the Enterprise.
This is a very well-equipped laboratory, Captain. Perhaps Dr. McCoy could be of some use here.
This level appears deserted, sir, but I'm worried about a Romulan counterattack. They outnumber us.
Right.
Turbines of a Cochrane 500 class fusion drive, manufactured over a century ago on Alpha Centauri.
I didn't realize that they use these old fusion reactors anymore.
Actually, Doctor, as Mr. Scott would tell you, the Cochrane 500 is renowned for its reliability and perfectly suited for a station of this size.
Hey, this thing's real old, isn't it?
Yes, we just went over that. Let's get this wrench.
You fail to obtain anything.
No, let's... There we go. Click the wrong pixel.
You pick up a large wrench.
Let's see. Use the wrench here on this vent.
The vent is now open. It leads to the lower deck.
Let's open this.
The panel opens. You see a gas tank labeled N2 with its feed lines running deeper into the wall.
Let's unhook the tank.
The tank detaches easily.
I guess this made it easier to replace the tank every so often, eh, Captain?
Are you just the master of the obvious here, or... Never mind.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely.
It sure beats hauling it around on our backs, sir.
Right. Can we open this?
The panel is open. You see vast quantities of dust and stripped insulation from wiring repairs made to the console in the past. You grab a handful of insulation.
Let's see.
Gas feed is on.
Let's try it out.
The machine synthesizes a liter of pure water.
A clean drink of water, but I don't see its application in the context of our difficulties, Captain.
You take a 1-liter container of pure water.
All right.
Gas feed is off. Nothing happens.
Oh. Guess I should use the anti-grav unit.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. It can be moved freely.
In the original series, the anti-grav unit was useful in that it carried heavy objects, like there was no weight to them.
You install the gas tank to the synthesizer's feed lines.
Let's turn that back on.
Gas feed is on.
As Spock reminds us, we're on a time limit here.
The machine synthesizes a liter of ammonia.
I hope you don't want me to swab the deck with that, Captain.
I think we can set this aside and not worry about it.
You take a 1-liter container of ammonia.
Eureka, this is it, Jim. There's not much, but all I need to do is synthesize some more, and we're in business.
You fail to obtain...
Now I need to move out of the way so I can get it.
You retrieve the Ouroboros cure sample.
Given they had all the materials, you'd think they would have tried ammonia, but
You take the hypo with Ouroboros toxin cure.
There, you're now cured.
Thank you, Doctor.
Finally, a human response.
Anyway, now that Spock's safe, we can do some other stuff here.
Gas feed is off.
Not on such a tight timeline.
You attach the anti-grav unit to the gas tank. You install the gas tank. Gas feed is on. Distilled a quantity of polyberyl carbonate.
Now, for those of you wondering, there are Romulans down below, and they will shoot at us. So we need a way to take care of them.
The machine synthesizes 1 liter of TLTDH gas.
An unusual compound, Captain. It can induce laughter and feelings of exhilaration in some, much the way nitrous oxide affects humans.
It doesn't affect Vulcans, of course.
Actually, Doctor, both Romulans and Vulcans suffer its effects.
Why, that's just dandy. Vulcan laughing gas.
Please, Doctor, this is not a laughing matter.
Despite the temptation...
You take a 1-liter container of TLTDH gas.
Despite the temptation to use it on Spock, we won't.
The machine synthesizes a liter of pure water.
A clean...
I don't suppose you'd enjoy the psychological release of a few good belly laughs, Spock. We could open the canister right here, if you like.
I would strongly recommend against it, Doctor.
We need it for somewhere else anyway.
With a hiss, the Romulan laughing gas billows down the vent. You hear the muffled sounds through the vent of hearty Romulan laughter, followed by the dull thud of bodies hitting the deck.
Now it should be safe.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a diplomat. I've got to try to save these men.
Well, let's cure them.
The Romulans stir weakly, then begin to get up. They've all been cured.
They're severely dehydrated, but they'll live. We got to them in time.
Oh, we've got something for dehydration.
The Romulans drink thirstily and empty the container.
Take it easy now. You'll feel better in a few minutes. Good thing we had the water available, Jim.
We aren't barbarians, in spite of what some people think.
Let's head back up. We are going to need this other water I synthesized.
You take a 1-liter container of pure water.
Jim, it's you! Please untie us!
Hey, would you please untie us?
Thank God it's you, Jim. I'm so glad you came. Thank you for saving our station, Jim.
It's about time someone got here.
God, could you be any more whiny?
An odd-looking device, almost like a 20th century torpedo fitted with an experimental gear.
My God, that's some kind of weapon.
Everyone on this project is an avowed pacifist, Doctor, myself included. We do not make weapons.
Fascinating. This device contains over 10 million forms of life. Patterns I have never seen before.
We call this the Cradle, Mr. Spock. One day I hope something wonderful would be produced here.
Little prelude to Project Genesis. Anyways, yeah, we need to help the Preax.
The Romulan Preax stirs weakly, then begins to get up. He has been cured.
He's severely dehydrated, but he'll live.
The Romulan Preax drinks thirstily and empties the container.
Take it easy now. You'll feel better in a few minutes. Good thing we had the water available, Jim.
We aren't barbarians, in spite of what some might think.
I have called off the Romulan attack on this station, Kirk. I believed your virus was some kind of deliberate attack, but your great honor and compassion have convinced me otherwise.
You also conducted yourself in the most honorable fashion, Centurion Preax. You may return to Romulan space without Federation interference. I assure you, the Federation would never undertake such a foul program. It was all an accident, right, Dr. Marcus? Save it for someone who's buying Preax. Leave Federation space immediately or we'll scatter your atoms across the quadrant.
Let's be nice.
You also conduct...
You are an honorable adversary, Kirk. Jolon true.
You are also a worthy opponent, Preax. May you live long and prosper.
You'll never cease to amaze me, Jim.
Goodbye, Carol.
Goodbye, Jim.
Well, gentlemen, let's go home.
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Arc 7 and evaluate your performance at 100%. You and your crew received 4 commendation points. A perfect mission, Jim. You are a model for all Starfleet.
I wonder if I'll see Carol again.
Well, if you don't, you can always drown your sorrow in some Romulan ale.
That's illegal, Bones.
Tell that to the Romulans, Jim. I found a whole case they brought on board the Arc 7.
It'll never replace Scotch, Captain.
That it won't, Mr. Scott.